Welcome to the Concentric Home Solution Woodworking channel. If you're new to the channel, I would like to invite you to subscribe, hit the bell notification, like, and leave a comment. If you're a regular, thank you. Today, once again, I'm standing in front of the CNC machine, so this must be an update video. I had another video planned for today, but it was interrupted by a delivery. Basically, my shop time has been monopolized by a new piece of equipment. I just took delivery of a Supermax 1938 combination brush and drum sander. The 1938 stands for its capacity. The 19 and the 1938 is the maximum width of the effective sanding area. And the 38 has to do with the fact that the machine is a cantilever design. So you could flip the workpiece around and pass it through again. So it will give you a maximum of 38-inch capacity. And this particular machine supposedly has a trick up its sleeve in that when you're doing double pass like I just described, that normally gives you a ridge in the middle when you flip it. But it has a feature where it allows you to alleviate that by using an adjustment. I won't get into much into the detail because this is not a review of the machine. After I use the machine, I'll give you a review on the machine. But it has up to a 4-inch capacity. And concerning the standing mop, the reason why I wanted a machine like this, and it took me a long time to find a machine like this. Actually, I had found one, but it didn't work out. And I kept looking, and I noticed that Supermax came out with this new version that offered the brush sanding head. The brush sanding head allows me to sand profiles. When I produce molding on my Woodmaster, a lot of times, just about every time, I will get issues with shatter marks. And the brush sander, rather than being a solid piece of sandpaper, is strips. So it allows for the sanding strip to get down into crevices because it would conform with to the shape of the piece that you're sanding. So that's why. That's my main reason. And also, side benefit, is the drum head. So with a drum head, depending on the grit sandpaper I use, like 60 grit, it could be a thickness sander. I could use it for, as those of y'all with experience know, when you use a Craig jig, the joint don't always align perfectly. No matter how hard you clamp it, sometimes it's just a little bit is off. So you can use a drum sander to flush it up. And other than that, using a drum sander just reduces your amount of handwork as far as sanding. So that's going to be a great addition. But there was a casualty. Although I consider myself the king of creating space, I think I finally hit a brick wall. I had to take my workbench, very painful. I had to take my workbench out of the shop. But all is not lost. As I originally spoke about, I intend on creating a hybrid workbench that incorporates the features of the MFT, as far as being able to cross cut with the fence and all of that, and a traditional workbench, because I still like the idea of being able to chop on a bench and hand plane on the bench and don't have to worry about it rocking and stability. No matter how well they're made, these style benches like the MFT and the dashboard, they're not good for hand tool work. They don't have enough mass. So that's what I'm gonna ultimately do. The MFT I'm gonna use it for job site work, and it's gonna be great for that. But for in the shop, I'm gonna build that, and it's probably gonna be a project video or a class. I'm gonna build a hybrid MFT traditional workbench. Back to the Supermax sander. It has speed control, so you can control the rate of speed that boards pass through it. That's real good. It's like my Woodmaster has that same feature. And I got it with the fold away table, so it takes up less space. I could wheel it aside. I'm going to show you some footage of me assembling it. This is not a tutorial. This is not to show you how to assemble it. I just, while I was doing it, I needed a video for today. I took some shots of me assembling it, and also I took some pictures of the different parts and so forth. Talking about the different parts, the machine came well packed. It was on a crate. It was several boxes on a crate. Everything was packed well for the most part. It's just one little situation I'll tell you about in a second, but everything was packed well for the most part. Even the manuals was in plastic, was shrink wrapped in plastic. So it was an excellent unboxing experience. You could tell that they took care in packing it. As I said, the only issue I had when I unpacked the main head, there was a block of wood. And even to that block of wood was shrink wrapped in plastic. Very impressive. But from what I could tell, it was supposed to support the cantilevered. This is a cantilever system. Obviously, if you can turn it around to get a maximum of 38 inches, 19 in one pass, flip it around in two passes, and you can get a total of 38. In shipping, that block of wood was supposed to support the cantilevered side, but it was loose in there. I think that this block should have been underneath, not beside. I hope everything is good. I don't know if that's going to be an issue for me when I go and test the machine, but that was my experience. I don't know if it came loose in shipment or whoever packed it didn't do that. It didn't lower the head. Aside from that, everything was well packed. It was, let's just say, for $3,200, I had a better unpacking experience than I had for $25,000. In other news, I have been waiting a while for the urethane, I think it's made out of, wheels for my Jessam Clear Stock Guide. Over the time I've owned it, over the years, the urethane wheels start to become soft and very stretchy. It is my suspicion that it had an interaction with the oil that I like to put on my all my cast iron surfaces. I think the oil had an interaction with the material, so I'm gonna have to stop using oil on my table saw specifically. So I got that. It took me a while to get it because Jessam, which is based in Canada, they was moving to a new location. So it took me a couple months before I was actually able to get it, and I got it in. I'll show you some footage of that, as well as footage of me putting the machine together, the sander together. It's not gonna be an instructional video. It's just gonna be a few, clips of me putting on various parts in it. The sander also, by the way, it didn't came with it. It's an additional cost, but you know how I like my electronics and my digital stuff. I got a DRO for the machine. I don't know if I'm going to show it in this video. I might show it in the actual review video. Matter of fact, I'll show you the box real quick. This is a DRO. See it? So, and I like it. It's the kind that uses AA battery. It's not the kind that uses the watch battery. So until next week, be safe in the shop. As always, thanks for watching the video and have a good day. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to be notified when new content is dropped on this channel, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and drop a comment down below.